Greetings, y'all. It is Matt from the Grand Arcade. How's everybody doing? I'm back playing some more Farming Simulator 25 back here in Judith Plains, Montana. So, back here at the shop, decided to buy a cedar, or a version of this cedar immediately behind me here. Decided to get this because we are going to go plant what was the first big field we purchased. We are going to go do that. So this is a Stevie cedar. Needed something to plant rice. So we're going to go in and plant rice down in one of our big fields down there. Let's get this going. This is actually the half-track tractor. This is the one that had the smart tracks on the back. I changed it to duals because, man, the tracks just don't work with anything. Even the plow, I thought maybe, I'd put the plow on there and the plow would do a better job with it. It doesn't. So you can't use the planter, you can't use any type of really implement on the back of the tractor. I mean, I don't know what the purpose of the tractor would be for unless it's just like a single hitch type thing. So, I don't know, it might run on something like this, but if I'm going to have a tractor, I need it to work on everything. I need it to work on, oh, there's a save. I need it to work on the plows, I need it to work on the planters. Anything that's basically like a 3-point hitch, I need it to work. And if it's not gonna work, you got to do it. So, and you know what? I got a front weight for this. I need to actually go back and get a one of them front boxes too. Let's see, does that? You first need to unfold what? Can I just fill it? I was going to say, because I'm not unfolding that thing in here. That is not going to happen. Not unfolding this inside the building. So let's do the seed first. And then we'll try to do the fertilizer. Yeah, there we go. Solid fertilizer. So it's just magic, I guess. One of those things. It's probably like pulling up to the refill tanks. Alright, so let me go get one of the front boxes. I got the front weight. I'm going to need the front weight anyway for when I do run the plow on this. So, and actually it did run the plow. So I'll swap that out at the shop here and I'll come back for the weight later. I finished the field over there. The fields, well, it's one field now. South of the blue farm. I got all those plowed. I had the half track over there for part of that. It barely did the inrows. It kept having issues. It kept getting stuck. And yeah, it kept having issues. So I changed it up. Put the duals on the front and the back. These are the skinny duals. Although they're not the American style. Of course, the tractor itself is, I'm pretty sure, not the American style. But it's an in-game tractor, so you gotta kind of, sometimes you just gotta go with the flow, I guess. Take what you get. Alright, we'll just get the horse one again, and we're just gonna keep that as standard. Okay. Alright, let's grab that. And it looks like I hold more seed than I do fertilizer, so I'm going to put fertilizer in the front thing. Depending on what the rate of application is too, so very, very dependent on that. This is the last day to get stuff planted, so I've got to get rolling. I finished corn. I finished, well, didn't really finish beans. Beans are still kind of going. I've got a planter out there right now. The John Deere, the 8R is over there planting soybeans. I'm trying to think, what else did I plant? I planted some sorghum. Need to buy some fields too. Got some fields that I'm kind of looking at. Alright, so we're holding way more seed than we are fertilizer. I'm going to put fertilizer in the front. And again, it depends on the rate of application, I guess. Beacons. And we'll head down southish. Southeastish? Southeastish. That's how you say it. Southeastish. Say that 5 times fast. Southeastish. Southeasternish. Easternish, maybe. I don't know. It sounds good. Alright. So we're going to plant rice. I kind of wanted some fields that are flat-ish. They don't, I mean, there's really, I mean, other than the bean fields up here up north, there's not really a whole lot of flat fields to choose from. But we've got some that are flat-ish down here by the river and kind of down by the creek. Down around by Copper's Creek Farm. Gotta come back up and do a little plowing here once we get this going. Still watching the hurricane Erin. I believe it's supposed to be affecting the East Coast starting tomorrow. So Thursday, the 21st. Today's the 20th. So I believe that's when it's supposed to. It's not actually supposed to make landfall like on the East Coast. It's just gonna cause some significant coastal flooding. So if you're on the Jersey Shore or the North Carolina shore or any of the shores basically on the East Coast, some of you might need to you know pay attention. I'm sure you probably already are, but it's gonna be something. It's gonna be probably historic. Probably gonna be some. They're saying up to 20-foot waves. That's pretty big. That's tall. It's taller than a house. So if you haven't paid attention, pay attention. Gotta come up and do barley up here. Plant some barley. Probably plant a little. I don't know. Plant a little corn up here, maybe. I've got so much corn down here down south. So basically, all of that is corn. Everything way over there. Oh, and guess what? The barns. You know how in the last video we got rid of the barns, like the cow barns? They don't stay gone. I came back and was plowing over there, and the barn was back. I saved the game, left, came back, and it came back. It'll disappear while you're in here, but as soon as you save and come back, the barns reappear. So I had to put back the that barn, the blue barn, and I don't think there were any others. The blue barn, that barn. No, those are the only two I think I got rid of. So I had to put those back. Oh, the other barn down there, the other cow barn, down by the where we got the corn dryer down there. Had to put that one back. So we're just kind of going with the original plan of getting rid of the fences. That still works. They stay gone. So basically we just kind of put the barns, they came back. So we just kind of grassed in around them. Came back in and repainted the textures and went with the original plan of working around the barns. So yeah, it is what it is. It'd be nice if we could get rid of those. But the way DJ set the map up, he did not make those. I don't know why he didn't make them like as placeables. I guess they would have to be placeables, wouldn't they? If you could actually like get rid of them or change maybe even change their colors or something. I don't know. It'd be nice if they, just if they came with the map, to be able to come in and place more of the sheds. Say you wanted to expand your farm or something like that, or get rid of the buildings if you didn't need them. Honestly, I could see having one farm with one type of each building and one type of each animal, but I can't see having, to me, I would say I really don't need 6 farms. I really don't. I could live on one farm and then, have, actually farm the rest of the map. So that's my opinion on it, but we haven't heard from DJ. He does this. He disappears for long periods of time. I mean, gosh, we went, I mean, what did we go? Like a couple years before we heard from him one time? I think before he came back this last time, so, I don't know. I guess he's busy. I guess he works. Maybe he's one of those workers where this is his time of the year to work. I don't know. So hopefully he's okay. I'm pretty sure he is, but yeah, I have not heard from him. All right, so we're gonna hire this out. We're planting rice here. So this is kind of a flat-ish field. It's not flat, but I think we could do rice here. I think it'll look okay. All right, and let's get this going. We'll do 10 rows. We'll start on the headland. Maybe. Okay, there, he's starting to move. We'll make sure he gets going here. Gonna do this little corner. I probably need to move that stuff. Yeah, hopefully he won't say there's a obstruction. Alright, so we're putting in the rice. Yeah, he's doing it. Oh yeah, he's moving too. He's doing it. We're really doing it, Harry. Alright, this is just rice. I am going to plant long grain rice because when we get to the point of buying, there's a save, buying the flour mill, we're going to need both. I do believe it takes both. I looked at this. Go down to factories. So there's the flour mill. So you've got barley flour, corn flour, which is new, oat flour, rice flour. So that's the long grain rice. And then you have just regular rice flour. So one for long grain, one for regular. And then you have, of course, sorghum flour and wheat flour. So let's go take a look. We don't have a lot of money. I mean, $1.2 million or $1.3 million is, you know, in real life, that would be great to have that. But it's not a lot of money in farm sim, especially when you're buying equipment and fields and stuff. I want to kind of go look at some fields, see what we can get. So there is a soybean field down here. It's fully fertilized. Let's see, does it have weeds in it? It doesn't have weeds in it. It's there. So I say we buy that one. It's not a bad price for it either. Let's see. What did I do? I hit the wrong button or something. Okay, let's go to farmland. So we are going to buy that one. This will be a great rice field because this one, I believe, is flat. It's right kind of nestled up against the river there, but it's landscaped to where it's flat on the surface of it. So let's buy that one. And then there's a sorghum field here. 574. We ain't got a whole lot of money left though. What's going to be first? Probably the sorghum, I would think. When do you harvest sorghum? Sorghum you harvest in August. Just looking to see what's out there. I mean, we bought the oat fields that we want. We've got enough, I think, of those. There's not really any barley fields out there. I think that's potatoes. Yep. There's a cornfield north of that one. But we've got time to buy that. I'd say the sorghum field probably takes priority because it should be ready to harvest. I planted sorghum here, and then there's another one there. So I would say maybe buy the sorghum fields first right now because we can get the cornfields later. These will be ready to harvest before soybeans or corn or anything, you know, any of the fall crops are ready. So let's buy that one. Actually, you know what? I didn't check the thing. Right there. Let's see. Soil composition. It's fully fertilized. There's no weeds in it. So that one should be good to go. Alright, we own that one. And then the other sorghum field. So we bought the oat fields. This field they planted in oats. This great big field over here they planted in oats. And I don't see any more. And then they have that sorghum field, and then this one last sorghum field right there. And then I would say we could probably plow these together maybe. I think there's a tree out there, but we can get rid of the tree. How much is that one? 4. We're gonna have to dip into the loan a little bit to get that one. So basically we need 500 grand in the bank in cash. So let's go do that. We got a ton of beans to sell, so we'll be paying that back right away as soon as we sell those beans. And it won't be a problem. So let's see. Borrow. Get to 500. Okay. And now we go back to the map. I could come in and work a few contracts too if I wanted to get the loan paid right back off, but I think we'll be okay. I think I'm pretty much to the point. You know what? I didn't check that field. I need to check it. Oop. Fully fertilized, no weeds, so that's good to go. So we'll get that one. Alright, so yeah, we'll be able to pay that right back off. And I'm thinking when we get to the sale of the surplus of beans that we've got, I may start picking up some of these other fields that are like in clover and alfalfa. So there's a ton of those around here. We've got clover there, we've got alfalfa there, a lot of clover here, clover there, alfalfa, all kinds of fields that are in that type of stuff. We've got that last little one by itself over there. That one now by itself kind of there. That's alfalfa. So I may start buying some of those, and then I don't know that I'll put them back in the same crop, but I'm pretty sure the one that we just bought, this is the one, let's go up there. So this is the sorghum field that they just planted. I'm pretty sure that we can plow. Yeah, there's one tree out between these two. May even do some landscaping out here to try to get this leveled off and smoothed up. Get rid of that little burn there. Is it called a burn? Like a ditch? It's not really a ditch. Just kind of like a low-lying acreage. Oh, you know what? We can't plow these together because there is a train track right here. Yeah, there's a train track right there. And then there's this little square out here. It's not really, well, not really a square. It's more like a triangle. I've looked at this and I've thought, you know what? This would be a great place for it. This would be a great place for like a windmill at some point. Because you can't really do anything right here. You could put a field in here, but there's no real crossing to get in here. You'd have to drive over the tracks all the time to get in there. So yeah, a windmill might make sense right there. But yeah, get this field, harvest the alfalfa out of it. What I'm going to do is just fill up all of the, now that we own all the farms, fill up all the silos, and then let them process up and let them get full of silage, and then fill them up again with all the materials, and then when we need the silage, we'll have it there. So we'll have all that for, you know, the future, for animals, for, you know, all that stuff. So, alright, that's kind of the plan. Plans don't always pan out, but, you know, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Alright, so we are going to go down here, and this is the other tractor that I'm going to change. This is the case with the smart tracks on the back. This one I haven't really had a problem out of, but I think I'm just going to go ahead, because if I want to use this tractor for another application, other than plowing, I'll probably change this to like duals too. So, matter of fact, I could probably do that right now. Yeah, let me back it up. Back it on up. Back it on up. Back it on up. Drop the weight. This is called field maintenance, where we can change stuff up. Customize. This is the Coral Farms one, so it's a little bit easier to work with. So we got the crawler track on there. There's different variations of the crawler track for this one. We've got the big duals. Are there skinny duals that we can put on it? No, not really. We can do skinny tracks. You can only put the big duals on this one. I wonder if the in-game one you can put the skinny ones on. Let me go and look at that. Let's go in the shop. We'll go to large tractors. So the in-game Magnum. Michelin. There's the tracks. There's the big duals. So no, you can't do this one either. So it's basically kind of the same setup. Thought about just putting the just the wide tires. Oh, well, you can't even put wide tires on this, can you? No. We've already got a tractor like that. You can just do the singles, the standards with weights, really. Yeah, you can only do the thicker, even on this one, even on the in-game one. So yeah, we'll come back to that and we'll see what we decide to do on that one. I might just put the standards on there with weights then. This one I haven't had an issue plowing with the track system on it. But it'd be nice to have something kind of what's the right word? Consistent across the board. But for right now, we're gonna go up here. Not like that. I want to click on the tractor there. Nope, not that. I want the tractor. I want the tractor. Give me the tractor. Well, I guess I could go to that field maybe and do it. Why can't I click on the tractor? I'll just go to the field. There I am. There's the tractor. Right there in front of me. Alright. So, what we're going to do, we are going to buy this land. You know what? We're going to take more loan, though. We bought that field. Oh, wait. We already own that land? When did we buy that? We do already own it, so I'm ready to go. All I gotta do is plow it together. Cool beans. I did not... When did we buy that? I don't remember buying this. I really don't. I don't remember buying this at all. Not at all. Of course, you know, it's been something. I've been busy. I've been planting. Maybe I got abducted by aliens. Maybe I was out planting the field and they erased my brain. They erased my memory. So we're gonna merge all these together, basically. Now that's what we're gonna do. And then probably plant barley over here. Barley or corn. Try to get it lined up there. I'm gonna try to keep it straight, but I'll have to curve it around at some point here. There's 270. Allow create field, lower plow. Alright, we're rolling. Just want to get that little kind of notch out of it there. Lock that in at 250. Probably come back and do a little repair work there. And I'll probably change this up. I'll probably take this straighter. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do that straighter. So let me go over here to this edge of this field. And I'm going to go straight north. along this edge here. Got a little kind of notch out right there. I may try to adjust it, I guess, to the notch. Or I could just grass in the notch. Might just grass in the notch. It'd be easier than really having to expand the field one furrow. Alright, so we'll lock that in at 0. Lower the plow. Put on my cruise. Again, we can't merge the fields north of this one together because there are road signs on that road. What degree can I lock this in at? There's 90. I could probably come down a little bit with it. I've got some fields over there that kind of go down like that already. How low can I go? How low can I go? You know what? I guess maybe this is a YOLO moment. Just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it and ask questions later. You know, cut twice and measure once. That's I've always heard that. You gotta measure twice and cut once. No, we're gonna cut twice and then measure once. Or maybe we'll measure once and then we'll cut twice or 3 or 4 times. So alright, we're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. I need to get over. I'll try to make a bigger curve, maybe. Going up here. I don't want to get too close to the creek. Beginning curve. Now. Yep. We'll just do that. I don't know if this still qualifies as a curve or not, but that could work. Maybe. We'll see. The true test will be when we bring the AI in, bring the hired workers in. Looks okay. May have to get rid of these little bushes here. I think these are probably like little trees. I don't know, maybe not. Again, the true test will come in when we hire the workers out here, whether they like it or not. Right, let me take out this strip. Alright, then I'll come back and plow the rest of all of this out. This little open lot here. Merge all of this together. I'll go ahead and close these center parts up down here. And then I gotta figure out the very bottom of this bottom field. You know what? These don't line up. I may have to come over a furrow on this. I don't want to really grass in this. Yeah, these don't line up. So, tell you what, I'm going to come over a furrow on it. I really don't want to grass any part of that in. I'm just going to try to keep this straight. So it is going to come over a little bit of a furrow here. Because if you don't do that, if you don't try to match up the furrows and keep them straight, when you go to hire a worker in the future, and I had this happen, I left a little bit apparently that I didn't know about up on that big field up there just to the southeast of the red farm. The lines will turn when it goes to map out, to like plot the map out for the field for the AI when you hire the worker. You will have squiggly lines out there. So I had to go back and take out those little, kind of like little blemish spots on the edges to make them straight. And that way it made all the lines in the field straight. If you have any little blemish, any little like notch or something like that, kind of like that right there, that's the one that I was going to leave. Now we're plowing it over. So no problem there. If you have any like little imperfection on the edge of the field or around the border of the field, it will mess up the plotting system or whatever you want to call it for the AI. So just keep that in mind. All right, I'm going to try to get into this curve here. Even and smooth ish. Probably as good as it's gonna get. Especially from me with my Bob Ross skills, you know. Alright, so we got that closed up. I'm gonna come back and close up that side. I'll probably go ahead and take those two trees out over there on that road. Just so they don't get in the way. But then I've got this issue down here. Where we're going to need money to do this, so probably after the big bean sale. This little notch kind of sticks out. There's a lot of trees right here. And it doesn't really line up, does it? When you look at the other side. See the other side over there? Doesn't really line up. It's not really straight over here. And it doesn't really have to be straight. But, I mean, these two fields, like the alfalfa field here, probably we want to merge these to get... Well, no, we can't really merge these together because we got the road sign down there. So, never mind. It's nice that they kind of line up a little bit on the edge. But it would be nice to be able to bring this over. Just kind of bring it that away. Trying to see if there was a heading that would work. So maybe 80 degrees. Kind of lock it in maybe at 80 and just kind of go straight over there and connect these together. This is going to require some doing. So this might be a future project when we have money that we might look at doing. Gotta take out these trees. We've got trees down south we've still got to take out. But yeah, take out quite a few of those trees right in this little blip here, and then we'd definitely have to do some landscaping, probably some leveling to make it the same elevation. Do a little leveling and then do a little smoothing. And then probably take this notch out here too. Probably do that now. Take this one out. It's not going to be... Probably need to do it from this side because I can come over a little more. See what heading this is on. This might be at 90 degrees. Yeah, I'm going to say this is probably at 90. If not, it's going to be. Come back here and try to get lined up with that line right there on the edge of the field. I'm going to lock that in at 90, and then we're just going to go. Take out that little notch there. It moves this over a little bit. And I'm just going to try to curve it in there. Just like that. Alright, so we got rid of that little notch. But again, that, with all the cluster of trees right there and all the leveling we're going to have to do, that's going to take quite a bit of money to do. So I'm going to finish closing this field up. I'll get rid of these trees. And then this will all be one field. I'll try to get the barley going here. But again, today is the last day to really get any of the planting done. You know, with all the stuff, because we're not doing the winter crop. I mean, we could do winter crop, but with all the stuff going on that you can do in April now, it's like you have to plant almost everything in April, pretty much. So we'll work on this. We'll look at buying some more land out here, definitely, because some of this can be merged together, some of it cannot. I would say that alfalfa field and the oat field we've got over there in the future can be merged together. But we've got crops out here to consider as well. May end up moving this field over where the trees are kind of sitting. So yeah, that's the update here. We'll keep on planting, keep on seeding, and we'll come back in the next one. I'm sure we'll be doing something exciting, something fun, probably the same thing that we always do. I mean, it is Farm Sim, by the way. So until the next time, always remember, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one.